Nothing, absolutely nothing is impossible. And I really want you to think about this, because very often we say those things, but we don't truly believe in them. And I want to share with you something that happened to me today. So I went to visit my parents, right? And I entered my old room and I started searching for different things. I was just curious what I'm going to find. And I found a bunch of old photos and all types of different things. And some of the things I found were those phones. And I'm sure you remember those phones. Well, it depends how old you are. But these are the phones that I used to use, what was maybe 10, 15 years ago. And something weird happened. Normally, I would just look at them and just keep looking for other things. But when I looked at those phones, I had this distinct feeling that I used to use them a fucking century ago. Not 10 years ago, not 15 years ago, but a century ago. It almost felt like, what is this? This is like a different lifetime, you know? It didn't happen in this life because, you know, I'm used to my iPhone right now. I'm used to having a touch screen. So it was a revelation, because as I was staring at those old phones, I realized, well, nothing is really impossible. I mean, if somebody came to you, say 15 years ago, and showed you this latest iPhone, you wouldn't believe. I mean, it used to be crazy, right? Or imagine 25 years ago, someone came up to you and opened a MacBook and said, hey, you can use this to call someone from across the world right now, and you can actually see them and talk to them while you see them and they see you in real time. And it won't cost you anything. You wouldn't have believed, right? Same thing applies to telling somebody, you know, many years ago, hey, one day you'll be able to have 1,000 or 2,000 or maybe even 20,000 songs in your pocket on your iPod. You wouldn't have believed, well, how is it possible? Don't you need this disc? Don't you need, you know? So the point I'm trying to make is that very often what happens is that certain things feel impossible, and then they actually happen. Because whatever you can imagine in your mind, a human can create. I mean, that's the thing. This is why we have what we have. That's why we can use this camera. Sometimes I look at this equipment we have in the studio and it's just mind-boggling how it's even possible. Like, are we in some type of matrix? Is this reality real, or is it something else? Is it some type of crazy dream? Now, you may be wondering, why am I talking about it in this particular course? Well, very simple. Very often we overestimate what other people can do, and we underestimate what we can do, right? So for example, you may say to yourself, well, I want to be confident. I want to become a better version of myself. But then this inner voice keeps telling you, well, other people can do it, but not you. You cannot do it. You are just born this way, and you cannot be confident. You cannot be charismatic. You cannot be rich. You cannot accomplish whatever the hell you want to accomplish. But it's simply not true. It's bullshit. It's this bullshit internal dialogue that you just have to squash. Because the reality is that whatever anybody has accomplished already, you can accomplish. Very simple. That's how it works, right? There are blueprints out there. There are step-by-step processes. You just have to follow them, right? If other people manage to come from, you know, extreme anxiety, right? Extreme anxiety, lack of confidence, low self-esteem, and now they can go out there and talk to anybody, anytime, about anything. They can get on a stage. They can make multi-million-dollar or billion-dollar deals. Then clearly they went through certain process that you can also go through. Now, of course, when you're in the moment and when you feel like shit in your own skin, when you look in the mirror and you feel weak and you don't feel like things are possible for you, this is just talk, right? These may be just empty words. But I decided to bring those phones today to show them to you, to really make you think. And I encourage you to really, you know, take a few minutes and think about some of those inventions and different things that seemed impossible many years ago that now you take for granted, because it's going to open your eyes to new possibilities. Maybe you want to start a business, right? And you have this internal dialogue that tells you, yeah, but you don't have enough experience, man. Come on. No, you don't have enough connections. You don't have any money, man. Come on. You have your credit card and you already spent all of the cash. Come on. There's no way you can do it. You don't speak any languages, man. You don't have enough resilience. You can't do it. But the thing is, that voice is not real, okay? That voice is the bullshit voice that you have to destroy. You have to destroy it in the moment, because the longer you listen to it, the stronger it's going to become. So the moment you hear it, bam, you have to kill it, and you have to reframe everything, and you have to focus on the positive, right? And I feel like really thinking about the past and what used to seem impossible, what's possible now, will definitely help you to reframe how you perceive reality and how you perceive what's possible for you. So, you know, really think about it in the context of your life. And by the way, imagine this, right? Imagine that you went back in time, say 200 years, and you rolled in some Lamborghini, right? and you see a bunch of people, living in those times, and as you come out, they're already like stressed out. They don't know what's happening. Is it a spaceship? What is it? Imagine you roll out with a vacuum cleaner and you start vacuuming. Those people would be convinced that you are not cleaning. They would be convinced that it's some weapon of mass destruction and you're gonna destroy the planet, right? Now, of course, everyone has a vacuum cleaner in their house. So whenever I think about those things, it's just mind-boggling. And I really think we can learn a lot from those types of situations. All the great inventors, all the great people were willing to just take the status quo and change it, right? They're willing to do that. They had enough guts, they had enough this belief, self-belief, and believe in the universe as well to just go after it. And I really feel like you have to become that individual. You have to change your mindset from the mindset of, shit, I live in scarcity, nothing is possible, this is me, and my circumstances are not the best, to the mindset of, I can fucking do anything I put my mind into. Anyway, let me know what you think about this. Don't make this video too long, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.